was the beast of 2025 from a sales standpoint, from an excitement standpoint. And we are kicking off 2026 with some absolute Ark-M, the secrets of this facility. These facilities are being uncovered here. And there's a lot to say. There's a lot to say. A lot of big books this week on tap, and to have a conversation about them, of course. Joining me is Marco,
Celsius.
Tyler,
I like how Marco's cosplaying Joseph after the birth of Jesus Christ right now.
I had this open even more earlier, but I decided not to. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Pop a little button.
Whoa, hey, not for free.
there you
Ooh.
go. And I'm Sean. Thank you guys for being here. Whether you are live or in the future, smash that like button if you tend to enjoy what we do. Big Busta kicking us off immediately with a gifted membership. Love to
Damn.
see it.
Busted
Big
on us
Busta.
immediately.
Hey.
And then
Autumn OKTY was the
Okity?
winner. Thank
Okity?
you for that, Big Busta. It's good stuff. All right, we've got 6 books on
Six.
tap,
Do we have 7?
or 7, 6,
Count 'em.
7, something like that.
Did you bait me for that one, Sean?
Count
No,
Damn.
you always think I'm doing a bit, man.
him. He plays it straight, dude. Come on.
Sometimes he's doing a bit.
We've got the Absolute Batman Ark-M special number 1. We've got Absolute Superman 15. We've got Batman number 5. We've got little Knightfight, DCKO Knightfight number 3, JSA 15. Not to be left out in the cold, we've got a couple Marvel books. We've got Ultimate Wolverine 13 and Nova Centurion number 3.
Nice. Nice.
So, lots of good stuff to get into today. And why don't we just kick things off with Arkham Special?
Sure.
So, this is, of course, written by Scott Snyder, who everyone knows and loves, but he is not alone. He is joined on the writing side of things by Frank Thierry, Josh Hickson on the art, colors by Roman Stevens, letters by Clayton Cowles. So in mainline Absolute Batman, Jesus. We've seen the Ark-M locations as these sort of secret experimentation areas, and Batman infiltrated them, and I think that's where he had first encountered Freeze. So there's a lot of stuff, or maybe it was Bane, whatever. There's a lot of stuff going on with Ark-M. But here, we learn about Arkham Asylum, and we learn about Amadeus Arkham, who is the owner of Arkham Asylum way back when he first launched it in the 40s. He talks about a child he encountered. And it's this whole creepy story about how this place ends up, burning down and all this other stuff. And it all pretty much takes place in the past, with the exception of the last few pages, where we get to see Absolute Deathstroke. So, Tyler, what'd you think about this?
I thought this was it was good. Um it was more like it was really there to kind of be set up.
Mm.
It doesn't feel necessary to the main story of what's going on in Absolute Batman, but it's more it helps enhance what's going on in those pages. I was taken aback about the time period of it all, because I'm like, okay, the first story of Arkham and the kid he finds and the kid's mother was reacting to something that happened after the Civil War. So I'm like, okay, we're a little far back here. And nice of Darkseid to maintain the Civil War happening in his universe. But so I was a little thrown by that, but then I started getting into the whole feel of it all. I think Hickson is a great person for this time period. I mean, this is similar to what happened in Shanghai Red, which I called out on Pal's previews in terms of like time period as well. I think it's really good. I think if you're a fan of Francisco Francavilla, then you'd probably like Hickson a lot. And then it just kind of felt like almost like a one and done ghost story in a way. But then it ties in, and you find out the kid was actually absolute Joker the whole time, which then feels a little conflicting to issue 15 a bit.
Hmm.
So that kind of took me out. But then it ends with like, all right, we're gonna let all the toys out, and Joker's gonna send Batman a whole smorgasbord of rogues to deal with. Yeah, I thought it was moody. I liked the main story more, like the flashback story. But yeah, I thought it was fine.
Yeah, for where this sits in the grand scheme of absolute Batman in general, my excitement for it or otherwise, this is probably the thing that underwhelmed me the most so far. I don't think I don't feel like Hickson pushed boundaries here necessarily. Felt pretty safe. He was here for the mood and for the tone, which I appreciate. That's exactly what you know bring Joshua Hickson on for. But for the contents of the story and the art itself, yeah, underwhelmed. It felt straightforward, and I think to what Tyler said, it didn't feel necessary. Like this added context for the history of Ark-M and those projects, but not necessarily how they're developing moving forward. So because it was so detached from that time wise, I wasn't as invested. This is such a far cry from where we're at now that it felt like required reading in this. It felt like like textbook reading. Like, oh yeah, we're learning about this kind of thing, but I'm not as engaged as what's happening in the moment. So, um, yeah, underwhelmed.
We got
Flo Dameron
yeah.
coming in with the 4.99 says it was fine. This is the last money I spend here. Well,
Solid.
I see Flo creeping and finding Sean IRL.
I actually found him. I went
Oh,
to my LCS a little later on in the day than I normally do and ran into him. Good to see Flo, and you guys will see Flo here on Saturday. He will
oh,
be joining us and
Hey.
hanging out with us, so that should be fun.
cool.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna say something you're probably not gonna like, Flo. I also thought this was fine.
Solid.
Um, I was a little underwhelmed. You know, just I don't give a fuck about the Joker, man. I don't.
Mm,
I don't. Like I know he's gonna be a big bad, and that's fine. He's the Joker, he should be. But between Absolute Batman 15 and then this just vomit fest, just nonstop fucking talking.
yap, dude.
Oh my God. And it's like it's all set up for us to know that this kid is actually Joker. It's a twist. And I don't give a fuck. And I don't understand that. I don't
Yeah,
understand that
yeah.
in relationship to what happened in Absolute Batman 15. But beyond that, I just don't need these whole entire how much was this? It was $5. What the fuck did I get out of this? I got nothing out of this.
And like Order of Dylan has a good point here. He says, Do you guys think it coming right after the Joker issue made it feel even more underwhelming since we just got something like this?" Yes,
Yes.
I think it does.
100%.
Not only that, because Absolute Batman 15 was just the previous issue, this doesn't track with that book.
Yep.
Then
Yep.
one of the books is lying.
There's an issue with continuity because yeah, like even if the 15 was meant to be like the perception of who this individual was is changing, this is like it feels like he's always been duplicitous, so it kind of gives credence to the fact that oh yeah, the story is he really is a piece of shit, you know?
But like,
I mean, maybe, who knows? We'll learn more details about the absolute Joker as we go forward, but it's like this went from being a very interesting exploration of Gotham and all these different characters to now just being Joker focused.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that's not what I want.
yeah, and,
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
and even like the next issue of Absolute Batman is going to be a crossover with Wonder Woman. So like, even that is just a one and done. So like, it feels like I've been away from the main plot of this Absolute Batman world for maybe a little longer than I'd like.
Yeah, this was a letdown. I was really excited about this, and I don't know where Scott Snyder begins and Frank Thierry ends as far as the writing goes. I'm not going to sit here and say this didn't feel like a Scott Snyder issue because it definitely does. Um, I just, I don't know. I mean, I heard a lot of people because there were quite a few people who got this early
Yeah,
Hmm.
because DC sent their books out early. Um, and some shops broke street date for one reason or another. And I heard the ruckus about this, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is gonna be. And I'm not. I don't know.
was the
Yeah.
ruckus good?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
It's
Oh,
gonna be.
I feel like I don't really see what the fuss was about.
yeah, me
I
neither.
it was supposed to be hot fire. It was like, oh my god, like, but dude, honestly, this might be my first pass of Absolute Batman.
I'm definitely passing on this.
Ooh, I think I'm still a pull, but it's not a strong one. I think for this, the star was Josh Hickson.
Even then, like he does good work, right? He does good work, but I feel like we bring on artists to Absolute to do exceptional work.
Yeah, I wasn't overwhelmed with excitement by Hickson's art either. I just didn't care. I felt like there wasn't a ton for him to do. It's mostly just drawing people talking, which, is not the end of the world. When the fire starts, you get some cool stuff there, but it's just a fire. I don't know. I truly didn't see anything to write home about with this one.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
I had us all three as passes, but Tyler, I'll put yours as pull. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I said. Just Unseen with the 4.99. Appreciate you saying this issue, along with the previous Joker issue, have been my least favorite issues of the run. A lot of mystery behind Absolute Joker is gone.
That's a good point. Yeah, like you showed your hand, and we get it. He's monstrous, but I think he's scarier as the monstrous that doesn't reveal himself like to be. He's conniving. He is pure evil. The stuff that he did with Bane, with the island, was absolutely just disgusting. But then you see his like physical form, and it's
Yeah.
actually disgusting. I don't know.
And like maybe the idea is like, hey, let's have back to back origins for this Joker. Because that's the idea of like mainline Joker is that you never really know his origin. It's everyone tells a different story. And if that's what they're going for, but I think I'm trying to see things where they aren't.
Yeah. And then there's the whole at the very end, we get Deathstroke, and then there's the whole, there's files on Kirk Langstrom, Pamela Isley, Hugo Strange, Jonathan Crane, Basil Carlo, Jervis Tetch. It's like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah, Sinister Six. We
Stop
got it.
it, dude.
What is absolute Hugo Strange gonna be? Is he gonna have hair?
I love Hugo Strange, man.
A comb
But
over.
I feel like a lot of like these files are like let's tackle Sean specifically.
yeah, I love those characters,
Yeah.
but I don't want this constant barrage of like Easter eggs and
Yeah.
hey, here's this treat for you to think about for the future. Like, stop it, Scott. Just slow down. Tell the story you're telling. I don't need to be teased. I'm enjoying the ride.
Yeah.
Rodimus Prime Rib. So many great villains in Batman's Rogue Gallery, and decided to go with Joker so fast. Yeah, I wish they played Joker even slower than he
Yeah.
has been.
Yeah, I'm with you
I
on that one.
liked him a lot as a background player, a
Yep.
benefactor. I liked all that. But now that he's becoming the focus and we're uncovering the pieces, it's just we're going back to a place where it's Joker overkill. and I don't know how we got here so fast. And maybe I'm overreacting, but I'm just not loving the Joker of it all right now.
We're getting inundated now. I mean, this 2 back-to-back issues that feature and star him.
Yeah. You guys though really love this one. 74% of you said pull, 14% said pick of the week, 8% didn't buy a read, passes 4%.
Yeah. Okay. People like them.
I guess
Cole said, did the social media takes set your expectations too high? This was fire. No, Cole, the thing that happened here is that we just have different tastes. And I'm not allowing social media to affect me. I just didn't like this, and you did, and that's great. But this was lukewarm for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, anytime I saw anyone talking about it on Twitter, I would just scroll past it. Like as soon as I saw Ark-M mentioned, I would scroll past it because I don't want to.
Mm.
I specifically don't like to read takes on something I haven't read yet. Unless
Yeah.
it's like historical, like oh, people talking about Alan Moore's Swamp Thing before I read that, like that's fine. But like the week to week stuff, I wanted to hold off on that.
Clayton Bergstrom says the point of the absolute universe is to be chaos driven. I don't like Joker, but him having a core part of Gotham's history and having a mini arc, I think, is okay. Yeah, it is okay. The presentation for me, this issue was plotting and slow, and Absolute Batman has been the exact opposite of that.
Yeah, it's been,
Batman AF.
yeah, advance forward.
Yeah. Which this did, like plot wise, and it's like let's
Did
plant
it?
these, let's plant these seeds, right? But it's planting seeds instead of like ripping weeds, you know?
Raphael says, I'm on the opposite end on this one. I really loved it and felt like a return to form to Scott's indie horror stuff.
I mean, I think that backflash or flashback story is very Snyder horror. I agree with that. Snyder loves torturing little kids in his horror. His horror always deals with kids, like Witches dealt with like putting kids inside tree trunks.
Oh, yeah.
So like that I get, yeah, but I think it's in the context of absolute Batman entirely. It kind of lost me a bit.
Order of Dylan says, controversial take. Batman is the best part of this Batman series. Please bring Batman back. I completely agree.
I love his
I
tiny head.
I am really uninterested in this series when Batman isn't the focal point.
So is Deathstroke like a vampire? What's going on
Yo,
here?
he looks like Marvel's Dracula.
He does. Or no, what's the guy? The from Blood Hunt? What's the dude?
Oh God, I forgot his name already.
Something with the V, no?
Yeah, I think you're right. Mhm.
Oh, the first vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I forgot. Southside Ronin says Deathstroke is Jack the Ripper patient, correct? No, that guy was in the wall. That guy dead. The Jonkler killed him.
The juggler. Varney.
Varney.
Some Varney looking ass.
He actually looks almost identical to Deathstroke in DC versus Vampires, which is a great series. You should read all the DC Vampire books. They're phenomenal.
Yeah, Mr. Funiverse, I agree. He looks like Deathstroke from G.I. Joe. That's who I thought of.
But
I can see
Deathstroke has
it.
a silver head.
So?
Yeah, but he got the big collar.
He just went the other direction. He was like, I'm gonna put the silver on the bottom half.
Yeah.
Got it.
Joey B says, this is shocking. I loved this issue. Well, that's the beauty of life. People have different opinions, my friend.
Is
Yeah.
Joey BOD's icon the player haters ball from the Chappelle show?
Hell yeah, it is. Let's go, Joey. That's what I'm talking about. Hate. Hell yeah, dude. That's somebody whose sense of humor I probably like. That's a great show.
Oh, I haven't seen the new special yet.
I haven't either.
If you like to hear Dave Chappelle talk instead of do stand up, it's good for you.
It's awesome. I love to hear Dave talk.
Isn't that a stand-up?
I mean, most of his stand up lately has been complaining about trans people. But hey, never mind. We don't need to go there. We
God.
don't need to go there.
We've got a bunch of books on tap for today. So let's get into the next one. Let's talk about Absolute Superman. Number 15. This is a brand new story arc. We had 14 issues
Mm.
of the first story arc. So we can finally move on with the affairs. And I don't even say that necessarily as a negative thing. I thought the first 13 issues of this were really good. And then issue 14, I wasn't that interested in. But all is in the past now, and we move forward with this issue written by Jason Aaron with art and colors by new series artist Juan Ferreira, letters by Becca Carey. That's the creative team on this one. And so we find a Cal who has now sort of taken root in Smallville. And that's an interesting twist. Normally, when Clark becomes Superman, he's left Smallville.
Yeah.
Here he's Superman and he goes back and that's one of the places that he finds himself at. But he also finds himself visiting Ra's al Ghul and basically trying to show him how ultimately ineffective his whole deal was. And then we get reintroduced to the absolute Hawkman, who looks like an absolute beast.
Yeah, yeah.
Marco, what were your thoughts on Absolute Superman 15?
This was great. I wanted to start with the Juan Ferrer art actually. The transition here, especially from, oh my god, I just blanked.
Juan Ferreira.
No, Sandoval.
Oh, Rafa.
Yeah.
Yeah. It brings a different texture. Sandoval does it all digital, but here I feel like the streaks when he runs, it feels like crayon, like colored pencil. I feel like there's like matte there. I can almost touch it, and I thought that was such a distinction from where we were previously, which was interesting because you're right. He is in he's back in Smallville, and that feels like the earth. That feels like the ground. So even the art feels a bit like tough and rugged and not clean. And I love that. I so this to me was a visual feast. And I liked the story. There were these moments that felt almost religious. He was giving Raish his almost like I forgot the sacrament is like last rites, and there's a moment where you see Lois and she has like the circle around her, makes her look like she's a saint or something. And this was very close to being my pick of the week. I really love this transition with with Cal, where it feels like he's entering this role as a leader, as somebody who now understands his place is important to the structure of this world, but he has to reckon with the fact that there's a responsibility and a weight there. So I thought this was excellent.
Yeah, I really like this too. This actually might be one of my favorite issues of this whole run so far. It almost felt like a number one in a way,
Yeah.
because like it's even like the typical number one thing. It's like, oh, it's a new costume. Like that's where we got left off on the end of the last issue. You know, he's crying with Ma Kent's hand sewn costume, which he's not wearing, but his costume is now adjusted to look similar to that. And I like how this is, like you said, Sean, kind of an inversion of mainline Superman.
Yeah.
Like his Fortress of Solitude is in Smallville. He's flying through Smallville, and people call him Clark. There's no secret identity.
Mm-hmm.
And he's embracing that Clark name. He's embracing his humanity and fighting for it more directly. The introduction to Absolute Toyman, who's just really a CEO who takes advantage of people, like that is as Clark fighting for the little guy again, and he's continuing to do it. And in a way, he's not getting tired of it, because he catches himself throughout. There's a bit where he's like, I don't know if I can do all this. No, I can. I can keep going. And I really like that. I like that refocusing to like pretty much where we were earlier on in Absolute Superman, a refocusing of him being the hero of the oppressed, which I really, really, really liked. And then even like the idea of like that also translates to the Roz of it all, where I'm glad they didn't drop the Roz thing. I'm glad he wasn't just arrested in the last issue. We
Yeah.
never see him again. Like, we are seeing him. He continues to be here, but the idea of Clark not fixing him but rehabilitation, I think, is a thing that is forgotten about in our society. I think, um, even the worst people are kind of thrown away and locked up, or just used as manpower in the prison system. Whereas other countries do rehabilitation, and there's less people going back into prison. So I think that's Station Aaron kind of talking about that through Roz in a way, and the pages where it's Superman saving somebody, going back to Roz, saving someone, going back to Roz, and Roz is getting progressively older because he doesn't have Lazarus Pit, but also breaking down emotionally, slowly and slowly. I thought that was really, 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 really well done, and that was probably my favorite bit of the whole issue. Just that sequence back and forth.
Yeah, I think this was my pick of the week.
Mm.
This was just such an excellent comic. I've been looking forward to Juan jumping on board since it was announced because he's really amazing. And obviously we all know that he did a great job on TMNT. But TMNT was very street level action, obviously. It's the Turtles. They can't fucking fly. But Superman can. So how's that gonna look? And it looks great. I love his depiction of Cal. He's very broad, which I appreciate. There was
Yeah. The flying panel.
yeah. I don't
That's
know if I want to say a lankiness, but I didn't feel his presence under Rafa's pen the way I do
Mm.
with Juan, and I really appreciate that.
Mm.
And I love his paneling. It's so basic, but it's so good. Visually, this was such a treat. This here with the fire, I love the way it looks. Yeah,
The whole bit was like, what do you mean you sucked in the fire? Because I thought he
it's
was
like
blowing fire. I'm like, oh, that's a change from his, freeze breath.
mm,
well, in this one he did. In that panel he is because the fire's in the Amazon.
He
Now
sucked
here
it up and he blew it back out.
yeah, now
Yeah.
here he's blowing it back out. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Sean, yeah, the comment you made, I'm like, he feels bigger. He takes up space. Like he feels more in charge. And I feel like that's kind of been the progression of this story. And dude, it feels like Aaron kind of scooped him up from TMNT, to be honest, dude. Like it
It
seems like
does
they had
feel like that. Yeah.
something going, dude, and I can see it here.
that's a good point.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. Like, was that their first collab with TMNT? And they were like, all right, we're
Yes.
done here. Let's go do some absolute stuff.
Yeah.
Yikes. I mean, but it's working, and I think Ferreira's art feels more absolute to me than Rafa's did. Does that make
I
sense?
agree with that.
Because I think
Yeah,
Rafa,
yeah.
I had seen so much in DC Comics proper, and not to say like he didn't evolve or change, but it was Rafa Sandoval art, which is good. On his worst day, he's better than most people. Um, but Juan Ferreira feels different.
Yeah. Well, Sandoval's in the vein of like maybe not as elastic as like Jimenez, but he's in that school.
He could
Jimenez,
do
Mora.
Superman proper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Do we know how far Ferreira is going to be on this?
I don't know.
Interesting.
He's the new series artist, so
Oh,
Hell
so he's
yeah.
replacing Sandoval.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And I see some comments in the chat about like, some of the art here. It's a sharp transition. I hear that 100%. But I think what Ferrer is doing here, it's interesting. It's simple layouts, but the art itself is detailed. It's textured. They're driving to something super small that I love. These the kind of attention to detail. But when Superman's talking to Raish, the bubbles are always behind on the right side of the bars. Right, you can always see that Superman's word balloon comes from in front of the bars, whereas Raish's come from behind the bars. There's always that continuity, that very like comic logic sits there, and I think that's it's small, subtle detail.
Yeah, man. Um, I'm really excited about the future of this book, which is funny because with issue 14, I was
Yeah.
kind of like ready to get off the train, but there was no way I could leave before seeing what Juan had to do. And luckily, it's not just Juan cooking on this; it's also Jay. So
Yeah.
I think both creators did a great job. This is my pick of the week, and I am once again looking forward to the rest of this series.
One
Damn.
sequence we didn't call out was a Brainiac bit, and I kind of like how Brainiac's funny.
Yeah.
Like he fake answers the phone like a fake voicemail. And I'm like, this smarmy piece of shit. Like it's very not Brainiac, and then really it kind of shows off how fucking crazy he is. And like whatever he's gonna be doing with Lex, I'm a little worried, but kind of excited.
Yeah, I like that he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, me too.
I really like that.
Do you think him and Deathstroke shop for legs together?
Yeah.
100%.
Someone, I need some fan art of that. Them just at the mall.
Yeah. Yo, and
Pick of the
then
week? Go ahead.
it was so close to being mine. And then I know we mentioned it earlier, but just to bring it back, I think Hawkman Ferrer does a great job. The right angle, he's in the face of the sun. He's blocking the sun. Hell yeah.
Full pass.
It's a pull for me.
Strong pull.
Just Unseen, $4.99. Got to head out early tonight, pals. We'll listen back on the podcast, but I really appreciate this show. One of the things I look forward to every week. Hey, thank you so much, dude. Really
Yeah, thank you.
appreciate that. 41% of you said pull on this. Pick of the week is
Ooh.
29%.
Nice.
Didn't buy or read is 24%. Pass is 6%.
Yo, 24%, 1/4 of you asleep, unless you haven't gotten to it.
Yeah, that could be it.
Well, I know people were uneven on this series, and with issue 14, that did present a jumping off point if you were ready. So there may be some people who were just ready to be done.
Fair.
Hey, Julissa Kunalada with a super sticker.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
is that
super
a
sticker.
a dog clapping? Looks like an
It
Italian
is.
Italian dog clapping because he's
Bravo.
speaking Italian.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Julissa. Any relationship to Marco?
I wonder.
I wonder indeed. In undoubtedly.
If I were a member of Marco's family, one thing I could not do is watch this program. Could not.
My parents watch all the time. Like that's their Saturday morning routine. They just have coffee and put me on.
I love seeing them in the chat too. Your dad's so funny.
Yeah, he tries to troll sometimes, but
Oh, I love you too.
Julissa did have a message that she is now offering, which is "Love You, Baby."
there we
I
go.
love you too. Love you too.
Directed
Thank
at
you so
Marco.
much.
That's beautiful.
Well, we're assuming directed at Marco. Yeah.
Right, that's true. Listen, that is true.
That's right.
A lot of people do love me, and I appreciate that, Julissa.
It-
Wow,
it's
you went
the-
straight to yourself. Jeez, Sean, thanks. What am I, chop liver over here? God.
You can also claim her love if you want to.
I
collective, the
never
collective.
claim anyone's.
World at War Comics with a 199. Love when I catch you guys live. Always great. Dude, thank you so much. You guys should all check out World at War Comics channel. He gets great interviews himself. So if you like what we do over here, you'll probably enjoy what he's doing over there. Always appreciate seeing your name in the chat, brother. Thank you. And then Meldrick dropping $10 on us. Thanks, Meldrick. The new art style is nice, but I was initially thinking, wait a minute, I don't remember them looking like this. It's valid. Art change-ups definitely can fuck with your flow, especially if you didn't know they were coming.
Yeah.
And then one's these drastic too.
Yeah. It's very, very different. Steve Canaris wants to know, is Dangle a family genetic trait?
Sorry, dude. One of one.
Wow.
One of one. That's right.
How do you know? Have you
Genetic. You hear stories. You hear stories, and I've never heard a Dangle story.
They tell those are the kind of stories they tell at the fucking family gatherings you love to
Marco's
go
family
Of
is
course, yeah.
partying late at night. You know,
Yeah.
they got the booze going. The truth comes out.
We're open. We're conversational.
Whoa,
Conversational. That's an interesting.
Conversational.
You
Conversational
stopped that
about
word a little
dangling.
too quickly.
Interesting, Marco. He looked. Wow, Marco. What are you involved in, dude?
That's just life, man. It's just life.
Warefire says, wait until they find out about Saggy Sack Marco. Apparently, they already know.
Yeah, that's the person who coined that term was the doctor when he first saw him.
That's right.
Yep, right out of the womb.
Yeah, he's like, hey, just so
Now,
you guys
Mr.
know.
Mr. and Mrs. Kulana, I'm afraid to inform you, but the child, malignant sag sack.
The boy's a dangler. Alrighty then. Let's talk about Bat because we did get some complaints, aka one complaint, about our conversations regarding Marco's sack. I don't understand the problem. We talk about my stack every week on here.
That's
Why can't we
right.
talk about Marco's sack?
Yeah, just take a letter away.
Yeah.
Two bits of the same coin.
That's a phrase.
That's what we're not going to do. All right. Batman number 5. Matt Fraction. George Jimenez credited with lettering on League of Comic Geeks. I don't know if I don't know if he lettered this.
Really? What's the book say?
Colors by Tamuma Ray and letters by Clayton Cowles. There's a date issue.
Love it.
And the issue does credit Jimenez with letters.
Wow.
There's a date issue. Batman's got a new boo. Dr. Zeller, what's her first name? Anika?
Angelica?
Yeah,
Angelica?
Anika.
Yeah.
Annika?
Annika. And they get attacked by some ninjas. So it's Bruce Wayne and Annika dressed to the nines for not a date, being chased by ninjas on the road. That doesn't go great. So then they have to run, and they run into the Oho, I think. Which I always associate that with Chris Jericho, but I guess that's the Ocho. But
That's the
he
Ocho.
also
Yeah,
called
yeah,
himself the Oho, or I don't know.
His Spanish ain't great.
I know I was saying yo-ho when I saw Annika. This woman is built different.
I gotta say, Jimenez was doing a little much on that ladder page.
He was doing just enough.
That's right. Just enough. You know what? This issue throws me back to when we had Kelly Thompson, where she's like, "Where's the sexiness in comics anymore?"
It's right here.
Right here. The moment where he catches, what is it? Bruce in the car catches like something in front of her. I was like, "Oh!"
It was her hair. No, the ninja
little,
slices her hair. You see the trail of it, and then he catches it. Oh,
that little tuft of hair, and then like catches right in the middle. Oh, great stuff, dude. Great stuff.
I'm about to change my pick. All that shit Jason Aaron was doing was cool, but Dr. Annika Zeller is everything. She is everything right now. I don't give a fuck why you read comics. I read comics for this woman right now. Everybody needs to buy Batman. And not for the Caped Crusader. No. You need to buy Batman because of that woman. That's why. It's a great comic.
This is my pick of the week. This book does two things that I love in comic books in the same issue. It's a date issue, specifically a Batman date issue. I love when Bruce Wayne gets to be Bruce Wayne and he has to fake being Bruce Wayne for the sake of like keeping up the errors of not being Batman, right? That and a car chase. I don't think there's been a car, like it's only about the first third of the book, but I don't remember a car chase being this good in a comic since what? Fraction's Hawkeye? Like this was a damn good car chase. Jimenez does a thing in this with the car where you can see the motion lines, and there's that one where it skids, and it's like what's that effect called? That Kelly Thompson does in all her books.
DeLuca.
Yeah, the DeLuca effect. He kind of does a mini one with the car skidding. I thought that's real good. Jimenez is doing a thing too, where he's using dotted lines a lot. specifically in small instances. If you look at the first page, you can see Bruce look at his side mirrors, and it's a quick little dotted line to it. And it's a couple times throughout this. It's like quick little motions that he's adding this little visual flair to that is I've never seen before. And I really, really dig it. Yeah, it's a couple times throughout this. Also the time when he catches her hair clip. He uses that as well. Like Jimenez is doing career work here for a guy who's already been on Batman proper. Like he just wasn't doing this before. And I think Fraction's script is just so clean and tight. The way like it's just like this is kind of a one and done issue. Like it all the events happen within this issue. Sure, there's a little cliffhanger that was a little frustrating, but man, this issue was just like so damn good. I loved every single thing about it.
The other thing, just to add to that, those little subtle moments, I don't know what they're called, but I see them in manga all the time.
Yeah,
So there's like little like attention lines, and
Yes.
I'm gonna use an example. Let's see if this works. But there's a page where Bruce brakes, the car stops short, and the two goons kind of collide in front of each other. But the lights you can see here, let's see, the lights down here, they're these little squares, these little just like
Yeah.
attention, like, hey, notice over here, right? And it happens all the time. They're subtle, but because there's a little bit of movement, it draws the eye. And this page in particular was so functional in it building tension. It goes from, the big panel up top to it shrinks, it tightens, it builds pressure, and then there's this release at the bottom panel, which feels dynamic. It's elastic. And that's what I love about Jorge Jimenez's art is it can do that. It can tighten in on a moment. It can pull back. It can explode. It has movement and dynamicism.
And even like the character faces, man. I look at the previous page, Marco. I have it up on the screen, but you can see Dr. Annika Berger's and her reaction to Bruce driving.
Yeah.
It's very cartoony, even more so than I'm used to with Jimenez. It feels like a little different, but even the car, you can see the car turning with the headlights. The way the lighting is, it adds movement to it.
Yeah.
And it's just so damn good.
Yeah, this is a beautiful book, and Jimenez keeps finding ways to present himself. And it's just so beautiful. It really is. Compare this. I mean, and you have to consider the coloring too, but compare this to the way his chip run looked. I'm not even saying one is necessarily better than the other, but it feels different.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like there's more synergy somehow. Like like we're talking to each other a bit more, and that's showing in the book.
The only thing I didn't like in this issue was definitely the end with Damian. Like him being there was fine, but the fact that he calls Bruce father in front of somebody who's not initiated is not believable. That's just not believable. He's a highly, highly, highly trained assassin, murderer. He's the one who would least make a mistake like that. I don't buy it.
As someone dating now in my 30s, sometimes you don't find out that they have a kid until the end of the first date.
Which is good for the bit, and I hear you, Sean, 100% agreed. But I like that we brush past that, so we get the bit, we get the joke that it is the punchline, and I like the punchline more than I minded that mental continuity.
But it's not a secret that Bruce is a father in world. People know he has a son named Damian. He goes to school. So it's not that bit doesn't play. She's reacting like that because that kid called Bruce dad, and that kid is Robin.
Robin, right?
That's
okay.
what's happening there.
Fair.
And Robin would never do that.
I hear that, but God, I love that bit. Oh, that is the last page. I'm like, I could hear the like the end credits rolling in on like a series for this. It felt so good.
It also felt kind of manga. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like in Robin's reaction too. If you look at it, it feels even like more cartoony than than Jimenez is typically.
Yeah, this shit was awesome.
Yeah. Also, isn't it cool to have a fun Batman book again?
It's rad. I like when Damien hops on Bane's back and says,
I'm kicking you off the Zoom call.
Yeah, poll pick of the. I mean, I can't have two picks of the week, but I'm picking this as my pick of the week. Fuck it.
"Oh, damn, I was about to switch over to Superman too."
You got to change your notes there, Marco.
Yeah, hold on, let me fix this.
It's my pick of the week. It was a close tie with another book, but we haven't talked about it yet. So, but I did wind up picking this one.
I'm gonna change mine to Absolute Superman. Actually, it's gonna be my pick of the week.
What was
Sean,
it
I'm gonna.
before?
It was this. It was
Oh,
this. But I
okay.
feel like I got the conversation. I got a lot more out of the conversation for Absolute Superman than I did this. This were like, yeah, this was fucking rad. The other one was, oh, but look at the art. Look at this. Look at that. So switching.
Okay.
Wait, this was your pick of the week, Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't flip flop. Okay, I stick with it.
Yeah, you do. Pull 54%. Pick of the week 26%. Didn't buy a read 20%. Pass nobody. How could you pass on this?
I agree.
How could you?
No one could.
And if you did, out, leave.
Yeah. She was hiding, says Banksy Main. Yeah, but Bruce is wearing a suit. I just don't see them breaking that out of with him out of costume. You know, these people have been doing this for a long time.
And he saw her. He jumped over just as she was like flipping over or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She's probably making noise too.
He peeped the skirt.
I just think Damien he was so proud of himself there in the moment. He's like, man, I one shot of that woman, right? You were having trouble with her.
Dude.
I got her. Which actually tracks for Damien. He's so cocky that he fucked up. That's what took him out.
MP says, really curious how everything will connect together. Dr. Zeller, the Minotaur, Oho. Yeah, Ojo. I don't know if we've decided on how to pronounce that name. Yeah, I think we're getting introduced to a lot, which at a steady pace, right? We're not being overwhelmed. And all of these players now, it feels like a different Gotham. And it doesn't feel like we're relying on, the old guard or what's familiar. We're doing something a little bit different, and I really appreciate that.
It feels like Tynion's run a bit. Like Frax is not afraid of introducing new characters to the Batman's mythology and world and rebuilding Gotham in what his image of it would be, which I don't think anyone's really done since Tynion.
Let's talk Knightfight. Knightfight number 3. This is written by Joshua Williamson with art by Dan Mora, colors by Triona Farrell, letters by Tom Napolitano. So each issue of this book sees Bruce, mainline Batman. He was kicked out of the tournament. He lost the tournament, and a part of his punishment or whatever was this night fight experience where he's going in these different worlds, facing off against former Robins who become Batman in their world because Bruce is gone or whatever their reasoning is. And this issue sees the end of his battle with Jason and the beginning of his conflict with Tim, which is very different in terms of the way that it's presented. Bruce is like digitized here and trying to work with Tim instead of fight him, which goes against what the Heart of Apocalypse wants. It's got its own agenda that Bruce isn't living up to. So then he sends him off on what I presume is his last mission or last encounter with Damien, who's got a secret of his own. A baby boy named Alfred. I do not like Knightfight, unfortunately.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I like all the
Yeah.
players involved. I think everybody who's working on this book does great work. I tend to love everything Josh Williamson does, but there's something about Knightfight that's not connecting with me. It just feels irrelevant. Like it feels like a deviation, and that's frustrating because the most interesting thing happening in DC is KO, and Batman's, you know, been sidelined for that. Um, and then these encounters with the Robins are just whatever because they're not really them. These are alternate versions that don't have anything terribly interesting to say or do for that matter. I like the twist at the end with Damien and Alfred, but that doesn't matter. Like, what is the point of that?
So this is the one that was tied for my pick of the week, actually, to be the
Whoa.
dissenter.
Hmm.
I really enjoyed this. It's Dan Mora, who I can't get enough of, and I think he's doing some weird things here that I really like, especially with the Jason Todd verse, where it's like the lines are a little lighter and it really is like solid color with no, like gradation. I thought that was really good, but I like the fact that Batman's not part of DCKO because it's not really his story, but you can't just have him be like a way. There needs to be a reason for him doing something. So like, yeah, send him off on his own little odyssey. I'm totally cool with that, and I dig that in this. And I know like these aren't real. This is just the Heart of Apocalypse playing with him. But so does Batman. And I like how it's him having to come to terms with his relationships with the sons in like really synthesized ways. Like having Jason realizing, like Jason's the one who's truly alone, and he, recognizes that, and he admits that he's never really been alone. Jason's been alone more than he has. I thought that was a good little bit. I like how he's kind of getting like mentally taking psychic damage this whole series. I like Tim Drake's Knives Out parody with the characters from Clue in there. There's a Mr. Green and Mrs. White. I was like, all right, where's Colonel Mustard? Yeah, that just proves like Tim is the detective of the Robins, and I thought that was good. I'm like, yes, that tracks for what a Tim Batman would be. And then like it was like fine for me up until the Damian bit, and then I really liked Williamson's take on Damian for the quick little bit we got. How his Batman is that there is no Batman. He solved it. He's the true heir to what Bruce would be. And it's not like the easy route could have been, let's go back to 666. Batman 666. It could be that version of Damian where he's, this version of Batman with the collar and all that, and there's like a hellhole that Gotham is. Like, no, Damian's evolved since then. And that's not his future. That's not his trajectory. And I really like Williams' take on it, where he's the one that actually finally solved Gotham. And then the bit with the kid, like that actually got me. I was like, oh shit, he would name his kid Alfred. And that was that strangely resonated with me. I actually really liked it. This is a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this was a hard pass for me. I've
Ooh, a
been
whole pass?
Dude, I've been on board with since issue 1 of like the characters feeling weird. They're not believable. I feel like issue 1 there was one of just like one of them being like, oh yeah, and Papa, like some bullshit like that. And I've never been able to connect with the relationships that are here with those individual characters, and knowing that this is all manufactured, and then worse so Damien going out and being like, yeah, I know this is all fake, I know this. I'm like, okay, so what's the angle? And if the angle is here's your baby boy, here's your grandson, that's not your grandson, so why do we care? Like, why does Bruce in this moment care? He knows it's fake. The fake thing knows that it's fake. That shit took me out, dude.
I
That shit
think,
took me
but
so
like,
hard.
if that happened to you, Marco, I'm sure it would resonate to you in an immediate sense.
In the moment, I'd be like, holy shit, that's my grandson. And then 3 seconds, I'd be like, all right, hold on a second. How do I get out of here? What am I doing? Where's the out button? I want off the ride.
Yeah, there's just an unreality to everything that happens that makes it feel like I don't need to care. And Damien, like, what? Damien knows the world's not real? I feel like that's not how that would work. If the heart is in control of this all, then maybe that's another layer of a game that the heart is playing, but that just doesn't track to me. It is fake to Bruce, but real to Damian. Nah, Raphael. Damian definitely says, I know this is fake. He says, this world is not real. It's like I can see this reality's cracks in my peripheral vision. That, when I read that, it solidified my pass on this book. I was already fairly not loving it, but then I read that and it's like, why? Then why am I here? For why am I here? I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah.
I was gonna say at least Duke shows up.
Did he really?
And was that Jace Fox too?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Batman of New York.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, man. This was this was hard pass.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a pass on this as well. Knightfight just has not worked for me. But there is one more issue to go. So we will see how this all plays out. There's a tease that maybe Batman will make it back into the KO event. I don't think that's gonna happen though.
Me neither.
I don't know.
It's not
No,
his story.
It's not his story, but it doesn't mean that he has to be excluded from that. Especially with the thing where it's like, oh, the Joker's gonna win or is
Right.
winning or something like that. This feels like, to your point, Tyler, one of the protagonists or one of the big guns has to be put off the table.
Yeah.
It feels like manga. Luffy's off doing his own shit because he stepped on a landmine and now he's whatever, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't watch Dragon Ball Z, but
yeah. But bullshit reason for the person not be on the board. He's gonna go have his own adventure, his misadventure, and then he's gonna come back when the going gets tough. He might help out, but somebody else is gonna prevail. So I'm almost seeing it with this a little bit, if it's true.
Well, let's see where you guys landed at. Pull 63%. Didn't buy a read is 20%. Pass is 15%. And pick of the week is 2%.
Well,
So you guys are digging the knife fight. Comically optimistic, aka Jack Grimmy, says, "Hey boys, stopping by to drop a like. We'll listen tomorrow during work. Enjoy, gang. Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, dude." Likey J says, "Old boy in the Matrix knew the steak wasn't real, but he still chose that over no steak." Yeah, but he knew he was real. He knew he was a real dude.
he's talking
Sure.
about Cypher.
Yeah.
Man, I love those names in the Matrix.
Hell yeah. It's a great ass movie. Second best movie ever made, as far as I'm concerned.
Second to Matrix 2.
Not quite. Although I do really love Matrix 2 and 3 and 4.
Is number one Singing in the Rain? Your best movie of all time? That's a great movie.
Far from it.
Oh, no? Okay. All right.
Let's talk about JSA number 15. This is written by Jeff Lemire with art by Gavin Guidry, colors by Luis Guerrero, and letters by Steve Lands. I actually did not read the first two issues of this. I had missed those episodes of Pal's Pulls, I guess, somehow, and I just haven't read the first two issues, and I didn't have time to go back, so I just read this one. And what's on the tin is what it is. It's year one of the JSA, Flash and Green Lantern, not the ones that you read every single week for the most part. This is Jay Garrick and Alan Scott. They're here, and they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on with Jim. What's his name? Jim Harrigan, Jim Carrigan, Jim
Corrigan.
Corrigan.
Yeah.
The Spectre.
The Spectre. You get Madame Xanadu, who I really like, but never really makes any appearances.
Yeah.
Hippolyta's here. I didn't know who they were chasing. They probably said her name at some point.
They were chasing Nazis
Yeah.
previous to this. They bump into the Golden Age Tigress or Huntress. I think she might be the first Huntress, but then she's renamed Tigress. But that's the first time she shows up, Sean. So she didn't show up in the previous issues. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And yeah, there's just like a whole this issue is just like a whole lot of OG classic Justice League or DC characters doing things. Um and I gotta say, like I thought the Gavin Guidry aside, we know him, but like for the sake of this conversation, fuck all that. I thought this looked really good. But the story, I don't know, man. I didn't feel this at all.
This feels like golden age storytelling. The villains aren't other superheroes necessarily. So the superheroics are a backdrop for the real shit that's going on, and the real shit's fucking Nazis. The real shit is Starco being corrupt, and they're just dudes in tights. And I like that aspect and how that permeates. So I do like that. That's what we're kind of going for in this arc. I think Jeff Lemire is kind of hitting that for me. And we're also getting it is, I feel like, leaning on quite a bit of what feels like nostalgia or rose-colored glasses, because the most you would get in terms of powers just leans into the mystical. You got Zatara, you got Madame Xanadu, you got Doctor Occult just teleporting places and shit.
I was so happy Gavin got to draw Dr. Occult, man. He's the best.
Yeah, hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you get to see all of these individuals um, kind of come together and are still figuring it out, which I appreciate, because it's in contrast to the JSA down the line where there's legacy to it. Here, there's still foot soldiers trying to understand how the world works in this new dynamic. So I'm feeling that. I've been feeling that, and I did enjoy it. This isn't, revelatory, but I'm having fun. These are good eats.
Yeah, I'm really liking this actually. There's a couple things I like here. I do like how Marco, you said there's a bigger story going on in the background with like Starco and Nazis and the bubbling World War II and America's interaction with it. And I like how there's that big thing, but there's a whole bunch of disparate characters, all kind of coalescing on the same thing without knowing it. And I do like how like I can see where they meet up. Like I see the end point, but I do like kind of going along with the characters as they get there. I like how they're a little goofy in the sense like they're new, they're green. That one bit where Jay Garrick, Johnny Thunder says, "Oh, hey, Jay Garrick," and it's like, "What do you mean, Jay Garrick? I'm the Flash." He's like, "Well, you're not wearing a mask." I'm like, and he's like, "Oh shit, yeah, I'm not." I'm pretty clearly Jay Garrick. That was a good bit. Like that feels like a new Flash thing. I love the parts where it's the interaction between it's Jay, Alan Scott, and Jim Corrigan, and Jay talks to Alan Scott. He's like, "Hey, Corrigan's hiding something. I don't like that." And because Alan Scott at this point is closeted, he sees that, and that pisses him off because Alan's hiding something. And that, because that is kind of permeated throughout the series so far, where he had like a friend, quote unquote friend, that got killed in the first issue of this arc. And I like how he doesn't care for people like delving into secrets. So he's like, he calls out Jay Garrick right away. He's like, "Hey, Spectre, he doesn't trust you." I thought that was good. That was a good bit. That kind of really spoke to who Alan Scott is in the context of what he's become as a character. And I think Gavin draws a really damn good Hippolyta. And that bit with the Atom Smasher, where he is a tiny man. He's like the Puck of the JSA.
Yeah.
And I like that. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this. This feels like just classic comic books to me, and I mean that in the best way possible.
And I don't like the fact that now Wonder Woman is a legacy character. And I know that's not a new thing. I know that was introduced before, but it just doesn't feel right to me. It's so strange. Like that feels antithetical to Wonder Woman. I always felt like Wonder Woman was sort of singular.
Well, this is Hippolyta, so this is technically like yes, Wonder Woman, but like not.
I mean, come on, Marco. Look at what she's
Yeah,
wearing.
look at her costume, dude. I like it in the sense that like it's a mother who did something in her youth that doesn't want her daughter doing it, but her daughter becomes the mother anyway.
Hmm.
As much as the mother fights it. That's how I justify it in my head. And also, Mark Wade prefers it, so I trust him. But I kind of get what you're saying, Sean.
Yeah, I got to go back and read the first two issues of this to be able to judge it better. But this really, I didn't feel a ton of um momentum behind this. But that's also because I don't know where the arc is going. I don't know what we're angling towards.
Hmm.
But this issue did not, in and of itself, tell me what that is.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna pass, art notwithstanding.
It's a pull for me. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And
Yeah.
Gavin's in the chat right now. He says he pooped in at the right time. And
Hey, Gavin.
he didn't make that decision on Wonder Woman. Yeah, Gavin, if I recall, like I think you were planning on doing maybe Black Canary in that role.
That's right. There was an art switch. There was
Yeah.
a character switch. Yeah. Pull as well. I'm enjoying this arc as I think it continues to just feel like it's carrying legacy, and
Yep.
that's what I like about the JSA. In this context, it's legacy characters, the history involved in placing that history, juxtaposing the superheroes and history.
Let us end the poll and see where you guys are at. Didn't buy or read is 61%. Poll
What?
is 29%.
That's
Pass is
JSA.
10%. And pick of the week is 0%. You guys fucked up. We talked about this. We talked about how we were going to be pulling this book to support our boy Gavin Guidry. We gotta pull it. We gotta pull it.
And our future boy Jeff Lemire.
Well, yes, we will talk more about that on Saturday, but Jeff Lemire is going to be joining us here uh, next
17th.
Saturday.
Yeah.
17th, yes. Um, yeah. Clayton Bergstrom joined the channel. He's been a channel member for 3 months at the sidekick tier. Says, gotta go. Shout out the best comics channel, period. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then Jorge Rincon wanted us to do him a favor. He says, could I get a comic recommendation from each of the pals for my 12 for 12? Happily. Let's give him one real quick if we can.
Okay.
In Waves by AJ Dungo.
You're giving that to a couple people, huh, Marco?
Dude, I love that book, but I gave it to you, Sean, but I switched it on the Discord because I think you'll appreciate Concrete more.
Yeah. My recommendation is Kaya.
Nice.
I'm gonna say Warren Ellis's Thunderbolts.
Let's go.
All right. Enjoy those. Let us know what you think if you get around to them. Hopefully you guys get around to voting in our poll. You guys know we've always got a poll up here. For Pals polls, this is the way that we get one more book onto the show. Knightfight won the poll last week for this episode. We had over 600 votes. Love that. I think we can get that number up even higher. So if you can hear the sound of my voice, make sure you vote in this week's poll, which features Logan, Black, White, and Blood #1, G.I. Joe #17, Transformers 28, and Null #1. Null is currently beating out the competition.
Ooh.
You guys love yourselves some Symbiote God.
I'm actually who's writing Null? Do we know? I mean, of course
Al
we
Ewing.
know, but
Al Ewing, that's right. Yeah.
oh yeah, no, I'm in. Yeah, Cosmic Al Ewing. Fuck yeah. No.
Back.
Yeah, should be strong. Not a Null guy, but Yeah, I'm an Al Ewing guy. So let's talk about Ultimate Wolverine number 13. Here's a fact. What you see on this cover doesn't happen.
Big surprise.
Fact.
That is
Your
a
mother.
fact that I felt you all needed to know before I could say one more word about this book. I do not know what we will be talking about. Well, I do know what we'll be talking about for the rest of the month, but this is probably going to be my pass of the month. Chris Condon, art by Domenico Carbone, colors by Brian Valenza, letters by Corey Pettit. So what you get here is part origin for Ilyana Rasputin, aka Magic, and we see that she's been set up for this for the life we see her living in present. We see that she was set up for this life 25 years ago because apparently the maker was creeping around her fucking house. And she also met, I'm assuming that's Belasco.
Gotta be.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
At a very early age. And so we get a little bit of that. And then pretty much the entire rest of this issue is Wolverine on a mission, basically what equates to a mission for milk. Fucking Diddy sent him for some Cambodian breast milk, and Wolverine got caught up on the. You got to watch the Chappelle Show, brother. That's a Chappelle Show.
Okay. I got it.
And he gets caught up fighting a bear, Ursa Major, and that's all the fuck that happens.
The Warefire in the chat says this issue was something but bro. Okay.
Craziness.
All right. So I caught up to all of the Ultimate books this week. I've read every single issue of every Ultimate book. And what I've gotten after catching up to Wolverine, because there was about 5 issues I didn't get to Ultimate Wolverine. I had to catch up a good amount. What is this book? And this issue is kind of emblematic of what my issue is with the series. It's a whole bunch of issues that do something cool, and that's about it. There's no real, like, it's always so close to getting to character development, and then it just gives up. This issue specifically, it's just like, it's a nothing burger. Like, why do we need to know about Ilyana at this point? Like, spoiler, Colossus is dead already. Ilyana is the only real person of the Maker's Council still around in this world. And, like, we know she's bad. I don't give a shit about her backstory. And, like, we've already killed off the entire supporting cast of Ultimate Wolverine at this point, besides Jean Grey and this Sentinel that can change his size, apparently. That's weird. Even though it's Legion. I don't understand what this book is saying. This is bottom of the barrel for me for the Ultimate books. Yeah, this is a hard pass for me.
Dude, I'm glad I haven't been following the series. The fight with the bear, cool.
It's cool.
But that's it?
Didn't we do that in a previous issue?
Yeah, bro. There was that Wolf and Bear issue. That was like issue 4 or 5 or something
Early.
like that.
And
then also the 1 year in where we get introduced to Ultimate Wolverine, he was fighting a bear.
What's fucky is that this whole universe is ending, and they're doing a redemption angle for one of the villains when we will not see hide or hair of these characters allegedly ever again. And so I cannot imagine a reason why I needed to see those early pages. Furthermore, I cannot imagine why for $4.99 it was essential for me to read Wolverine fighting a bear. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, this series was initially supposed to go 12 issues.
Yeah.
They added on 4 additional issues, I believe it's 4, in order for it to coincide with Ultimate Endgame. This being the first of those additional commissioned issues. Chris Condon, all respect in the world. I think he's super, super talented. He didn't know what the hell to do when it came time to sit down to figure out what else there was to say. Because how could you tell me he knew anything what to do when this whole issue is Wolverine fighting a bear? There's nothing more to it. Like, I'm not underselling it. He just fights a bear.
Yo, my guy said, you know who's cool? Kuma. Let's fight him.
Is that a Tekken reference?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Sure, you could say that this is symbolic of him fighting Russia itself. You know, the bear, the big bear. That was the whole story, I think, of the previous arc. Like, I don't need a symbolism issue. Like, it does feel, in terms of the flow of the stories, not it. I mean, it's Capuccio on art for this one, right?
It's Carbone or
Bone. Okay.
yeah, it's Domenico Carbone on art.
CB loves Italy. It looks good. I can't give it that. Like it is a good looking book, but I just don't care for the content of it. And also, how do you get a bear in a sewer?
I don't care.
It doesn't matter. Yes, Aaron Ruiz. Not even Wendigo. That's what I was thinking of.
Did you say Wendigo?
That's the what is it? New Mutants? New Mutants fighting?
Wendigo, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with that.
Sure. Yeah. I don't even think he realizes, Sean.
And we're never gonna explain it. Yeah, I really don't like coming on here and tearing books, so I'm not gonna go in on this. There's nothing to this book. That's my feeling. I don't even want to critique it beyond that. It's very hard to even critique. There's not a lot to say. I don't think Condon had a lot to say. I was looking forward to how this book would close out its story, but now I think I'm just going to drop it. If this is indicative of what I can expect for the remainder, I'm done.
Like, the last issue was good. It had Wolverine saving Jean Grey and killing Colossus. That really felt like the end of the series, which makes sense because it was supposed to be, right? Now it just feels like it has nothing to do. Like, yes, Ultimate Jean Grey still exists. She's around. But I just don't know what the series is. And, like, it feels like these Ultimate books, having caught up to all of them, none of them are going to tie into the Maker by the time they're done. They're standalone.
I thought that initial tease, or that initial sequence rather, with the Maker and Ilyana, I thought, all right, oh shit, that's creepy. We're gonna get what?
Was the Maker even in that scene?
Maybe I'm wrong. I thought that those were the Maker's hands, but I guess I'm wrong.
I thought it was Belasco's hands.
Okay, then it's Belasco. All right, so fine. So the Maker's not even in this fucking comic book at all then.
Yeah.
I thought that was a tease because I thought it was the Maker. I thought that was a tease for what we would see in the rest of the issue. Like, we would see Wolverine going after him, or maybe her defending the Maker, or something like that. Nothing happens. She's not even in the rest of this issue.
Nope.
Yeah. Yep.
Bizarre, man.
Yeah.
What a bizarre book.
It's been kind of getting ripped apart online too, which
Kind of get it.
Common Sense says each Ultimate comic ties the councils of that rules their countries. That is the whole point. That they all tie up the loose ends of whoever, of the antagonist of the book. Yeah, totally. I'm with you on that conceptually, but why does that mean that I should care about this?
yeah. Because even Ultimate X-Men, it's still sort of only on the sidelines. Like, that's not the main story. Ultimate Black Panther dealt with the council members after the first arc.
Yeah, and then that book's doing other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was my pass of the week.
Yeah.
Mostly because absolutely nothing happened. And I feel a little disrespected by that whole bear fight deal. Like, come on. $5?
Page filler.
Wow, yeah.
Oh yeah, pass all around, I think, right? Tyler.
Yeah, easy pass for me. Yeah.
All right.
Didn't buy or read, 38%. Pass, 35%. Damn, y'all bought it and didn't like it. Pull, 27%. Pick of the week, flat 0.
Yikes. Crusty.
At least you guys are on our page with this. Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, as Tyler said, this book has been getting kind of shit on. So we're not unique in not enjoying this one. Raphael says, it's like trying to make me care about a side quest when the main story is right over there. And that's a part of it too, yes. Like, I'm very compelled by the Maker's arrival, but all these books feel stuck in the past. Wait, if these books are synchronized monthly,
Yes.
then how could that doesn't even make any sense.
In what way?
If the books are synchronized monthly and this issue takes place in January and Ultimate Endgame issue 1 took place in December, then Wolverine is fighting bears while the world is ending.
Yeah. I took it
Don't show
to be like maybe the Altnet might have even influenced the people clamoring in the streets of Russia. Like, it felt like a little bit of that going on.
Wow.
Yeah, it just yeah.
Wow, dude.
I really wish you guys were calling an Ultimate X-Men this week, because this week's issue was insane.
I was hoping that would win the poll.
Yeah. It completely recontextualizes the entire series in a single issue.
What?
Yeah.
Ugh, I gotta catch up.
Marco, I think you'd love it.
I know. I was
It's
enjoying
a
it.
quick read too. Like, I got through that in an hour.
I was enjoying it.
Wait, you got through it through? Oh, the catch up.
Yeah, the catch up.
Yeah.
Because
I was like,
the panels are so big.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, the last book we've got on the docket for today is Nova. Nova Centurion, issue number 3. This is written by Jed McKay with art by Alvaro Lopez, Matteo Delafonte, colors by Mattia Iacono, letters by Joe Caramagna. So Nova has been doing a mission for the worst named group in Marvel, the Kree-Skrull War, shortened to KSW. And essentially that mission has been interrupted by Ravenous, who at the opening of this book, the first page, is sucking Nova's life force.
Give him that suck job.
Yeah, wow. And it takes, it's really just the majority of this is Nova and his allies facing off with Ravenous, who has been the initial antagonist of this run. And they dispense of him. They dispense of him a little less than half, or a little more than halfway through the issue. He's dealt with, which I was surprised by. I really like this issue.
Yeah.
And I am enjoying this story so far. I had one problem, and that was the art.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But the story itself, so far so good.
I really like the story too. I think it's fun having, like, so early on, Nova has to fight one of his biggest regrets. It's like immediately they get that out of the way. Ravenous, he's the one that destroyed the Nova Corps. Let's not have that weigh on Richard Rider. Let's have him tackle it immediately, and then we can move on from it. I dig that. I think that's really fun. And it also sets him up as, like, having to do things differently, like not use his powers, or else he's gonna get that suck job again. You know. So I thought that was fun. I really like his supporting cast too. I think that's what Jed McKay does very, very well with his solo books, is that he focuses on the main character, but there is a great ensemble and that he's building here. You know, Pip wasn't in this issue, but you got Allison, the combat accountant, fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you have Cammy, who is great to see her back again, who was around during Annihilation and all that stuff. And it's fun. I think I have a lot of fun with these characters, and I'm curious to see, who shows up here. Interesting cliffhanger at the end too. But I think I might be with you, Sean, on the art. Like, I think it's good, but there's something about the faces for me where it almost feels like drawn over digital renders. It almost feels over rendered and not cartoony. I don't dislike it, but there's something about it that just feels a little off to me.
Everyone feels like squat, a little like pudgy. It's both in Ravenous in what's her name, Pierre Keat,
Who?
the
Oh, the accuser.
yeah.
Yeah, she was short.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, but even though she is short, they're like the proportions are a little like rectangular, if that makes sense. Like, so that's what I was feeling. The forms of body were a bit odd.
Even the page that Tyler has up, which is the first page of the issue, if you look at like Nova's energy getting sucked out of his body, to me, even that doesn't look good. Like it just looks so like tangible. Like it doesn't look like energy to me.
huh.
And
Mm.
I just was struggling the entire way through with this book from a visual standpoint. And it doesn't help that there are two artists on it, so there's inconsistency even in that. So you're not even getting the same person throughout. Um, I'm surprised that a book by Jed McKay doesn't have a bigger name artist on it.
Yeah, yeah. Some of this stuff, I don't know. It works sometimes, and I think you need it to kind of work all the time for a Marvel book like this. And it's a shame because I'm having fun with this. But anytime I see somebody just a little bit off figure, yeah, there's even this small panel with those like little cubes or like the little
Mysterium.
yeah, the Mysterium,
Yeah.
where if you look at them, they're all kind of sized differently, but they're supposed to be even in the box. They're supposed to be this uniform, measured thing, but they're drawn differently. It's small, it's subtle, and it feels almost nitpicky, but yeah, it's functional at best.
Yeah, I think by issue 3 of a ongoing written by one of your star writers, you should have maybe a set artist for it. The fact that there's 2 already, I don't think is a great sign. I mean, that was kind of with his Moon Knight run too, though. But then eventually it settled in. I don't know. It's more positive for me than negative on this book. Much more positive.
I like the fact that there are serious elements to it. It's not all a joke. Nova's beef with Ravenous goes all the way back to Annihilation.
Yeah.
And so seeing these two kind of get to resolve that, and Nova beat one of the skeletons in his closet with a fucking hammer, literally, I thought that was good catharsis for him. I just want the book to maintain some elements of seriousness. Right now, I think the biggest struggle for me, because I enjoy it, right now, I think the biggest struggle for me going forward is that it doesn't feel like a big deal. And I thought that because Jed McKay was on this, that this was like, all right, they're turning Nova into something. Like this is going to be a grand, epic journey. I didn't think Nova would be doing jobs for the KSW.
And but that's the angle that I kind of like about this.
Yeah.
I get that it feels smaller scale, but at the moment, that's working as an introduction for me. Then I can imagine seeing this kind of grow into a larger role in Marvel Cosmic. Right now, he's doing jobs for money, so that's a little silly. It's a little fun.
For,
I
for,
can see it grow.
for me, that's where Jed McKay works best, though. Like, I think about Moon Knight. I think about his Black Cat book. I think about Doctor Strange. All those books were ensemble books with a main lead that were kind of small in scope. It was directed. It was clear on where the story is going, and those have worked. It's when you got your Blood Hunts and your X-Men and your Avengers where things kind of get a little lost.
I guess I it's weird then because I thought, like, in my mind, Jed McKay is the guy that Marvel wants to be the guy. So I'm like, all right, if that means that any Jed McKay book's a book I gotta get. Or not that I have to get, but like if I get it,
Yeah.
it'll be a big deal. And coming out of Imperial, I'm like, well, Nova's the guy. And that's just not the case. So I feel like I just read the first arc, although I know it's not over, but I feel like I did because they defeated Ravenous.
Yeah, it's the end of the first arc. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now I'm like, will I buy this? Will I buy issue 4? It's a game time decision, maybe, or whatever happens for the show. But this has been enjoyable.
Do you want to feel old?
No, but I assume I'm about to.
Annihilation started 20 years ago.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, Civil War.
I know, but like that's just mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
Time, dude. Time.
Oof.
It be it do.
It do. Oh, hey, Sean. Nova Centurion number 5 brings Star-Lord in, so maybe we'll get some conflict from Imperial there. That might be something to look forward to.
Okay, cool.
That just seems like where you go to start, though.
Well, yeah.
Like you could get to this, but I feel like you start from the last time we saw the whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to put a Dick Ryder in a Hawaiian shirt?
I
can
don't know
see that.
I ever needed to see that, but
I can see
I
that.
did.
Yeah. Jeffrey Buck here says, agree with Marco. Thank you.
no need to even read the rest of his comments.
Oh, sorry, the rest. I kind of like the Cowboy Bebop space cowboy aspect of this. Nova just scraping by to get by, but slowly building him back up. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now. Yeah.
It literally is Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That subconsciously makes sense as to why I really like it then. Cowboy Bebop is my favorite anime of all time.
And he feels like I liked issue 2 better than I did this. And in issue 2, he feels a little more cocky, and not in like he's an asshole, but he's just like he's confident, and I like that about his character. And I feel like that's being carried over to some degree. So I want to continue to see that progress and grow, and I like that we're taking a little bit of time.
And he's kind of a bit of a scumbag a bit. Like he stole the original cash that he locked Ravenous up for. Like he's the one that did the crime.
Yeah.
Like he's the one that stole the Mysterium the whole time. Like he's playing both sides. I like that. He's a bit of a rogue. I love a space rogue. It's literally Cowboy Bebop, actually. I like it more now.
Pull.
Yeah, pull.
Yeah, pull.
All right, let's see where you guys landed, and I'm seeing, that didn't buy a read is super high. 57% of you did not buy a read. Pull 24%, pick of the week 12%, pass 7%. I don't understand it. If Jed McKay isn't the guy that Marvel wants us to read everything he writes, then who is? Because that's what Bendis was. That's what Hickman was. Like they weren't writing any small potatoes for the most part. And you always knew what book you should be buying. If you didn't know anything else, you knew you could go to that shop, see Bendis' name, and be like, "Oh, that one's gonna drive things forward."
Is there a book that even says that anymore at Marvel?
Nope.
No, that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
But I guess it's Chip now. Yeah, it's Chip.
I guess Armageddon. Yeah.
I guess, but let's give it the event, guys. Let's wait to see where it nets out.
Well, it's not even to say my comment wasn't on quality because I like this book. It's just that it's not essential reading. Whereas everything Bendis wrote, whether you liked it or not, was essential reading. So who is that? And in the current moment, because Chip's work is building towards an event, that would be Chip, whether the books are good or not.
Do you feel like Fantastic Four was the book to be reading for the Marvel Universe?
No.
It wasn't the book to be. It wasn't the book to be reading. But if you didn't read it, Secret Wars makes less sense to you. Like all of what Hickman was building towards was a Reed Richards Doctor Doom war, or not war, but story, and that started in Fantastic Four.
Sorry, I meant like the current run. Was that the book
definitely
to be reading?
No, Ryan North.
But we still made the event out of it, right? Was you see what I'm getting at?
That event didn't have anything to do with the book.
But it spins out of it's Doom, right? So like obviously the connecting piece there is going to be Fantastic Four. Sure, the Avengers come up, right? But for something like Bloodhunt, right? Was Blade the book to be reading, or whatever the attached book to it was? Like that's my worry at the moment, is that Cap isn't necessarily the book that Marvel is going to be putting to be reading, but we're doing an event out of it.
Their events don't work that way anymore. Blood Hunt had nothing to do with Blade, like literally nothing. One World Under Doom had nothing to do with Ryan North Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah.
Blade, I think Blade might have introduced Varney.
It
Briefly.
introduced the concept that Varney. It reintroduced Varney because Varney is old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Duh.
he was a vampire.
Also, I believe it introduced the concept that Blade had sacrificed his soul or some shit like that. It's been too many years and I don't remember nor care to.
Yeah,
The point that I was trying to make is that Captain America is a direct line. It is a direct line from that book to Armageddon. And that's not my belief. That's what Marvel says.
sure.
Mm.
Right? So because of that, and the Wolverine book that Chip
Yeah,
is
the Wolverine
doing,
one for sure. Yeah,
great line. Cap is reintroducing S.H.I.E.L.D. with issue 6 that's about to come out.
Yeah.
So like all these major things are spinning out the same way we saw with Bendis and the same way we saw with Hickman.
Yeah.
We have not seen that with Jet.
I don't think we've seen that with a Marvel event since what, like Devil's Reign.
Yeah, although,
Even then,
technically Devil's Reign wasn't even supposed to be an event.
Yeah, it was
It made
very
it that.
insulated.
Yeah.
It's funny actually. So I've been going back in time week by week to mark every single issue I've read
That's
every
crazy.
week. I'm in 2018 at this point. I'm almost
Oh.
10 years in. It has taken a while. But can you guess between now and 2020 who my most read writer was?
Now in 2020?
Yeah,
Uh,
6
Okay,
years.
Ted McKay.
It's Jed McKay.
Yeah.
By a pretty wide margin too.
It's believable.
I'm a fucking Jed head, man.
McKay Mark.
I really am. Yeah, because like I'm going back, I'm like, oh yeah, Mary Jane and Black Cat. Oh shit. There's a lot of Moon Knight. Events, yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. It's changed now that I've gotten into pre-COVID stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like that was really when his
Yeah, that's when
star
it started, yeah.
rose post-COVID.
I think in 2018, it's Joshua Williamson currently. It's my most read.
That makes sense.
But I see Bendis' name slowly going up the list as I go back in time. I'm like, okay, Bendis is going to be top once I'm fully caught up.
And I agree with Aaron Ruiz that AXC Judgment Day was the last time that
Ooh,
you could
yeah.
really feel someone's hands dictating events because that went way back.
That's right.
That went way back. Kieran Gillen. Yeah, let's do the stack. I'm trying to think. Was there anything interesting in my LCS? Well, I had an encounter with Flo Dameron, aka Chris. He had his little one with him, Grayson. That was cool. Cool to interact with him.
Wait, his son's name is Grayson?
Sure
That's so
is.
good.
This
That's
really
really
is a
good.
Nightwing fan for life. Sheesh.
Stan.
That's right.
No, I thought it was Grayson, not Stan.
Oh,
He a big time Stan.
That's like that's like Marco naming his son like Holland.
Alec.
Alec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too doesn't have enough sazon in
Yeah.
that.
No, yeah, you better not name your son Alec, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
Aye.
Alec.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even Spanish that up.
Yeah, I
you
know,
can't
you
even
can't.
roll your tongue on that.
Dude, that's the way that I think about it. Is like, can my grandma say this? Alec. No.
No.
She can't be saying it with.
Can't
no,
you say
no-
Arcane?
Nah, I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Arcane.
Your child has to have their name has to have an R in it. That's all.
Yeah.
I can
We
see
have
it.
to name our children that way.
Yeah. Gotta roll it.
That's why all these fucking Spanish people, and when I say, by the way, I'm Spanish, so just don't.
Yeah, you
have
can
a
get away with
connection.
it. Yeah.
They can never say my fucking name right. It's always seen.
AC?
It's always seen.
Seen.
Seen. What? Where the fuck? There have been so many famous people named Sean. Sean.
It's very
It
Irish
is-
spelling yours.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we all know. You watch Sean Connery. This motherfucker's been in how many
It's true.
movies?
It's true.
When has he ever been called Sean Connery?
Can't ask him either.
Never. No, he would smack the shit out of you.
No, he's
Just
dead.
like he smacked that reporter one time. But I'll tell you this story. One time one of my friends' dad told me my name is Scene, and I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna tell me what my name is?
Told you?
Yeah. And I'm like, well, my parents named me this. And he's like, well, they were wrong. And
Let
I
me
was like,
confirm
well,
for you.
Did you
what
tell him
about
he's
Sean
illiterate?
Connery? And he was like, well, he's wrong.
Oh wow, okay, this dad sucks.
What?
Yeah.
That's
He
bugged
also
out.
this dude was weird. This is my my upstairs neighbor, and he thought that we were gay because we enjoyed hanging out and playing video games together a lot.
Wow,
He thought that made us gay.
you playing
Can't
with,
have.
playing with joysticks together? Jeez.
Whoa, easy.
Hey, boy.
Yeah. Those joysticks are a little too close.
A little
Can't have
phallic, a
that.
little phallic there. Jeez, what are you gonna eat? A hot dog too?
Can't cross
No be-
those
no bev?
joysticks. Dry.
I saw somebody call corn dogs corn glocks.
Glocks.
Yeah, because that's a derivation from glizzy.
Oh, interesting.
I just
Okay.
love how New York slang just evolves.
You heard that here?
It was on a TikTok that was clearly New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like kind of very light New York homophobia becomes slang.
But see, MX Mothman says Marcus should name his son Alan. But my grandma, you know what she gonna say? Alan.
Alan.
Yep.
You
Yep.
can't do that, bro. You can't do that.
No. A swamp. No, swamp doesn't work either.
A swamp. Anything with
yeah.
if it starts with an S, you gotta have an vowel in front of it. That's how
Abigail.
Spanish works.
Abigail. No.
Can't do it.
Can't even do Abby either.
Jorge said, my fiance and I went out of our way to pick names that sound good by people who can speak English or Spanish, but not
you go.
both.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, bro.
That's funny, man. All right. Let's get those numbers. Let's read them off.
All right, we got. Let's see. Start with Patrick Zay, 19. Near 12. Hayden's Hideout, 16. Entertain Me, 14. Izzy's Issues, 16. Mothman, 13. James Jones, 13. Aaron Ruiz, 22. Neon Knight, 10. Warefire, 17. Jorge, 11. Graphic Novel Guide, 13. Jeffrey Buck, 15. Linus Blanket, hold that blanket tight, 18. The Game Master, 20. Tarek, 15. That's it.
That's it. Wow. Light night tonight. Well, let's see if my stack is light. We've got the 7 we talked about already. We've got Batman, Green Arrow, The Question, Arcadia.
Oh, nice.
It's good.
Number 2. Can't wait to read that. Cheetah and Cheshire robbed the Justice League. Number 6.
We haven't gotten to that yet.
Adventures of Superman, The Book of L. Number 5. How are they up to 5? God damn.
I dropped it.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, I dropped it.
Amazing Spider-Man 19. I'm excited about this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Twilight Zone number 3.
Oh, you got it. Nice. I didn't go to my shop this week, but I'm going to try and pick it up next week.
Oh, yeah, man. I was happy to pull that. Deluge number 3. I'm
Nice.
not sure if I'm going to, I don't know. I need to catch up because I haven't read the second one. I need to know if I'm going to keep reading this or not.
I was going to ask you, how do you like Cullen Bunn outside of like superhero stuff?
What was the one we read? Well, we read Harrow County, which I
Yeah.
thought was strong. And then the other one was Rain Like Hammers, I
I've never
think
heard of
was Cullen Bunn.
No, right?
Six Gun? Did you try Six Gun at all?
No.
Hammers. That's Brandon Graham.
Brandon Grant.
Ooh,
Wait, so what the
we don't
fuck
talk
am
about
I
him
thinking
anymore.
of?
Yo,
Yeah. Nope.
Nope, let me not say nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what I think of Cullen Bunn. I gotta read. I gotta get through that. Though.
Yeah. Let me know.
Absolute Green Lantern number 10 and the Tin Can Society.
Oh, you got it.
Number 9. I was able to score it. Thank you.
Let's go.
guys. So I wasn't counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 7 is 15.
Hey, let's see. Who is?
I think right off the bat. Didn't someone get it right? No.
No.
Anyone?
Jeffrey Buck.
Jeffrey Buck. You want a
15.
code for Ultimate Wolverine.
Hey, the buck stops with you, brother. How about that? I've got Amazing Spider-Man here. I've got Nova. I've got Ultimate Wolverine. Those are the 3 Marvel books you can choose from. If you want any of those codes, just hit me on the Discord and it's yours.
Spider-Man's good.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good
Good to
issue.
hear. Hey, did you guys notice that I forget which particular book it was, but it was one of the DC books, that had a preview in it for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow in the back?
The movie?
No, the comic.
Oh, I didn't notice. I thought we
It
got a lot of
was
the Gotham City Sirens stuff.
which book was it? Was it Batman? It was one of the books we read for the show because those are the only ones I read.
Is it because
Yeah.
the compact just came out this week?
It's in Batman.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Crazy.
huh. Tie-in comic. There you go.
That compact came out though, and it's like selling out like everywhere.
I should have picked one up this week from my LCS, dude. They had a wall. Their whole wall now, it's actually hilarious because it's all DC.
Wow.
It's literally everything absolute, right? So the whole shelf is everything absolute. And then on top of that, a little bitty section for Marvel's premiere books. There's like 4 of them. And those are on top. But everything else is DC.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. And like someone in the Discord shared a video of another comic book shop that was showing off their pull lists, like in short boxes. It was about, these are like pull list stuff. So they're people that come in and then they pull the books for them. It was about 3 boxes full of DC books, and then half of 1 box of Marvel.
They're winning, dude. They're winning the race.
Not in terms of sales, not yet.
Well,
We've got some talking about that to do this Saturday because ICV2 put out their top 50 books for December. So I'm very interested in that. I know we covered Bleeding Cool's list, but ICV2's list is a little more expansive. So we'll be checking that out. We're going to be joined by Flo Dameron on Saturday, 10:15 a.m. Eastern. Come hang out with us. Always a great time.